Shining everyone. Leather seats off, got that new car smell. Engine roaring loud.
Shit. Good morning. My name is Zach Montgomery, and this is the Pallet Report. Basically, this is a series we're going to do where we order pallets from different people, we break them down, we give you our honest feedback, we explain to you how we suggest you might sell it. We're going to tell you how we're going to sell it. Some episodes we're going to give product away. Some episodes we're going to use the pallet. I get a lot of comments. I see a lot of comments. I see a lot of posts. A lot of people who, sorry, I am sick today, like terribly sick. But I see a lot of people who are into reselling that want to get into liquidation, and their biggest struggle is finding good product, finding good suppliers, and they don't have the money to risk to buy random pallets. And I sold pallets for over 8 years. I stopped selling pallets, or my content would be way easier. But it's a little bit better in my opinion because I get to try pallets from all over the country, from all sorts of different people, and give honest feedback versus if I sold pallets, I would feel like I'm trying to sell you on something. None of the pallets that I'm going to break down will I offer to sell. I don't sell pallets anymore, but we'll give you the honest feedback. I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, where I suggest you sell it, all that fun stuff. So today, let's get into it. Let me move this. So today we are breaking down a pallet of Amazon electronics. This pallet is processed. Sorry, I'm trying to find a place where I want this mic that's not in my way. It's processed Amazon electronics. What does that mean? It means that someone took more than likely an LPN truckload. They broke it down, they processed out all of the LPN, which is what we use in our bin store. It's where I'm at today. And then they left us with all the electronics. So without further ado, let's see what we got here. Now, what are we going to do with this product? Well, today we're testing something out because in our bin store, every week we typically open with product under our bins that's high value, that's exciting, and that gets people in the door opening day, which is great. The problem is you never know when a good program is going to end, so this is kind of a backup program if this works. So today what we're doing is it's Saturday, and we're going to sell these electronics for $8. Our highest dollar day right now is $6, but we're testing the electronics out on Saturday for two reasons. One, Saturday is our lowest foot traffic day. And so there's already people lined up at 7 o'clock. This is our lowest foot traffic day, so I want to see if I can get people in the door. Two, this is my way of testing out the $8 price point, right? Because $6 is such a toughie. It's very difficult to be super profitable at $6. The reason we're $6 is the cost of goods on the regular LPN that we have is very low. But there's two ways there's more than two ways. There's a few ways that you can increase your revenue, and one of the easiest ways is to just increase your price. So going from 6 to 8 sounds like nothing, right? Especially if we can offer a slightly better product to start the week off. So it's gonna be a little difficult because I don't want to show every item. I just want to be like this close to the camera the whole time. We got a wireless tins unit. I just put down a heater. But I also know people just like the pallet breakdown videos. We have Cats is a wireless headphone. This is a wireless headphone with cat ears. So what I'm gonna do. This is a tracking phone mount. That's nice. So what am I doing? I'm doing two things. This is an AI camera. So I'm doing two things. I'm marking the product, number one, because I don't trust people, right? It's $4 a day everywhere in the bins except for the electronic bins. those are 8, right? It's a wireless karaoke speaker with 2 mics. So I don't trust people, unfortunately, to be honest, and just, hey, I got this out of the $8 bin, so I have to mark it. Diamond Series gaming headset, wireless. And 2, I'm counting, right? Because I paid, I didn't say that. I paid $1,000 for this pallet, okay? So now I was told there should be 200 to 300 pieces in here, okay? So 200 to 300 pieces. Now if I got $8, I'd be doing pretty good. 8 times, say 200 is $1,600. It's not a crazy, this is a port desktop charger. It's not a crazy number, right? But it brings people in. We're profitable. It brings people into the bins. I'm happy with a 60% margin. Now, if it was 300 pieces, that's great. It's double my money on something like this. Sorry, I'm just incredibly sick. We went to Costa Rica for 9 days. Great time. Love it. We go a couple times a year. And we went and did a bioluminescent tour. And someone was like, on a kayak? And I'm like, well, no. We didn't do the kayak one. We swam in the water. So it was really cool. Swim in the water. It lights up around you like a million fireflies. I like that song. This is the cups that suction to your back. Anyway, it was a really cool experience. But, man, both of us just, I don't want to say deathly ill, but like ill, right? Ended up Googling the symptoms, or putting our symptoms in, but like gastrointestinal, what do you call it? Gastrointestinal, whatever. The runs, coughing, eye irritation, like every symptom possible. Anyway, I have a smartwatch here. Googled it, figured out that while the bioluminescent, it's not plankton, but everybody thinks it's plankton, is not a thing. Like, you don't get sick from that. There can be algae that blooms alongside the bioluminescence, and you can get sick from that. So it takes a day or 2 to get sick, and it lasts for 3 days, and the symptoms are exactly what I'm experiencing. So pretty safe to assume that that's what it is. This is a smart hub. Anyway, I should be on the last day of it, hopefully. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but it's been rough. So I'm at 23 items so far. That was a light therapy mask, handheld garment steamer. So this, me writing on the product does 2 things. Number 1, my team will know, okay, if it has a number on it that came from the $8 bin. I'm using a permanent marker this week because you can't wipe that off. And then it'll also tell me at the end how many pieces we actually got. Because what sucks about this industry is an instant print camera. This is cool. What sucks about this industry, and I mean, to be fair, I think everybody's done it, and I don't think it's always a malicious thing. I really don't. I think a lot of times we want something to be like a count, and it just isn't. And we say such a high range, so like we feel better about it. But it's very common in our industry to say, hey, there's this many pieces, and then come to find out it's not. So how egregious is it is the question. Is it, hey, there was supposed to be 200 to 300 and there's less than 100? That's egregious, and that's something I'll probably have to go back to the supplier and be like, hey, we got to be honest with people. Let's change what you're saying. I also, I got to see what kind of product's in the bottom, because the top's always nice, and I'll show you at the end what the bins look like. That was just a pack of chargers. This is nice, VTech DJ mixer for kids. You can see that pretty close up. So I'm on number 32. Now, if I had to guess, it's hard to say because you don't know how big the items are going to be in the bottom. But I'd say I'm about a quarter of the way through. So this is 33. If I'm about a quarter of the way through, to me there's going to be less than 200 pieces in here. That's my guess. There's less than 200. The pallet looks, I mean, I don't count 300 if there's crap. I mean, I'm going to give you the honest count at the end. There's a lot of chargers. I am so sorry for sniffling. Not my intention. We got light bulbs. So, a lot of people are going to ask, well, where did you get the pallet? And we're debating that, right? So one of the things we are really trying to build over the next few months, based on my experience with people, I know a ton of people in the industry, obviously, doing this for so long. We're adding, obviously, the pallet breakdown videos moving forward. Is we are putting together a list of vetted or verified pallet suppliers that also ship. I am so sorry for sniffling. I don't know if I can edit that out or not. But there's a lot of pallet suppliers out there, but there's not a ton. Sorry, I'm like really struggling. There's not a lot that also ship. So what I want to do is put together a list of people that sell pallets that are vetted, that are verified, and that also ship. Now, I mean, just because someone's verified and vetted and like, doesn't mean the pallet is always going to be good. Like this supplier, for example, I've known her for a long time. Super sweet lady. But just because I know her and I would vouch for her, doesn't mean this pallet is worth what she says it's worth. Now, I don't know. I'm not done with the pallet yet, so I'm not like coming to a conclusion. Oh my gosh. I'm almost done. Not really. I'm not coming to a conclusion early. All I'm saying is, just because she might be vetted and she's not like a slimy supplier, doesn't mean that this pallet doesn't suck, right? So that's an important distinction for people is you're in an industry that we're buying returns. We're buying essentially unwanted inventory from other people. It's not always going to be perfect, right? And I think that's, I think people have really started to misunderstand the liquidation industry as a whole. When I got into it, you understood. If you got a bad pallet or even a bad truck, you took your lick and you moved on. Today, we're in such a culture that, dude, I gotta find a paper towel. Sorry. We're in a culture. I'm gonna edit this part out. Okay. We're in a culture in the industry right now where I think people are confusing liquidation with wholesale. And while there is an element to wholesale in liquidation, because you're paying, resale prices. This is 45, sorry. Traditional wholesale is, I'm going to buy, I haven't been showing you guys any of this stuff. I don't know if hopefully you can see it. Balloon pump. I've got a video doorbell here, showing you most of it. Traditional wholesale, I buy, whatever this is, a Vibit, a portable vibrating massage roller. That's item number 46, by the way. I buy 10 of those, and they retail for 50. I buy 10 of them for 25. That's traditional wholesale, and then I'm supposed to sell that for $50 for retail. Liquidation, I'm paying $8 for that unit, right? Because I'm in a bin store. I don't know if it works. I don't know if it's used. Like, there are factors at play, and I think people have just gotten, this is a slow juicer. They've gotten it confused that because I bought it, one, it should be new, and two, it should work. And I'm like, that's not the case. It's a customer return item. You're paying $8 for a $60 item because I didn't test it. I don't guarantee it. And we don't know the condition. 49, and this is a wireless charging speaker. But people are so quick to blast their supplier. Well, so-and-so screwed me on this crappy pallet. 30% of it didn't work. Sorry, that's part of it. So, I want people to understand, I don't think there's going to be 100 pieces in here, people. I'll be surprised. We're at 51. This is a dehumidifier. So, that's a little bit what I was worried about was, is this how she built it properly. Is the bottom is big and the top is small. That's how you build, these pallets. Because you want the pallet to be full. You've got to build it as cheap as possible so you're making money. Now again, I don't care if there's only, I really need there to be 100 pieces gets me to $800. I paid $1,000 for the pallet. Do I care if I lose a little bit? Here's the thing. I don't care if I lose a little bit if I can increase my overall cost on the rest of the bins to $8, right? Because here's the thing. We sell an average of 1,000 units every Friday. This Friday being the exception. This Friday was our worst Friday since we've opened. I'll get into that in a different video. But we typically sell 1,000 items on a Friday. Now, if this pallet works, and for it to work, I need 120 pieces minimum. Now, you're sitting there going, well, that's right at your money. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And that's also assuming, I keep forgetting to show you guys what everything is. This is a suction cup phone mount. I kind of need that. I had an LED table lamp, I had a bladeless fan, I had an electric lumbar with heat, a starter generator, crazy stuff, for $8. This is a cooling fan. We have some over there for 10. We're at 61 items. So there's no way. There might be 100 pieces. It's a tablet case. So my point is, even if I only broke even, now 120 pieces would assume I got $8 for everything. That means I got $8 for that tablet case. Odds are that tablet case is not going to sell. It's going to end up going back into a toss away bin or whatever. Now, would I recommend other people buying this pallet for bins? No, I would not buy this pallet if I had a bin store. First of all, for the record, don't open a bin store. Okay, I don't recommend. This is 65. It's another cooling fan. I do not recommend bin stores as a business to most people. Why? Oh, but Zach, why do you have a bin store? Okay, well, super simple. Is our cost of goods is extremely low on our bin product. I'm not going to tell you how low it is, but it's so low that it doesn't make sense not to have the store. Now, is the store a permanent thing? No. We went into this, so we own the building, number one. That's that's my thing, is I want to own the real estate to everything. So any building we use, you see in our videos, for business, for whatever, we own all the property. So that's more content down the road. We bought the building, we got a great deal on the building. I was like, I want to open a store in it. The product came about at the same time. Okay, we'll buy the building, we'll use the product in the building, and then we'll run it until we can't run it anymore. So by the end of next month, end of August, I will have enough product to run throughout the end of the year, covered, paid for, right? This is a LED light bulb. This is 65. Now, I am debating closing after Christmas. Right, we'll have taken we'll have all of our profit for the fourth quarter will be kind of the reason. So, sorry, my mind's like not working. So anyway, why do we open the store? Well, number one, I want to take the profits from the time we opened till the end of third quarter, which is the end of September, and I want to, or the end of August. September would be the end of third quarter, but from the time we opened to August, I'm taking the money that we made from that, the revenue we made, and we're using that money to open our vendor mall. So this business will pay for that business to open. The vendor mall is a more sustainable business model. It create a lot of content as well, but it's a more sustainable business model over time than the bin store, because the bin store is a really tough business. I'm hoping this product lasts long enough for the end of the year. It might not. It could dry up tomorrow, and that's the problem with the bin store business, is getting the product to last. The other thing is you have to find some product that works to get people in the store, because like the LPN is great stuff, but it's not exciting enough to generate enough revenue for people to come in every week. So we got to find some stuff like this. So back to my point, this is a headset. I would not recommend putting that away, putting the bin store recommendation away. I would not recommend this product for anybody's bin store unless you have a VIP section. A VIP section meaning, this is really cool, I like this, an alarm clock. You know, you're getting a percentage of retail for this product. Because I'll be really shocked if we hit 120 pieces. I think we're going to be lucky to hit 100. If we hit 100, would I buy more is the question. This is a steam cleaner. Here's the problem. I don't mind losing the 200 because it increases, well, it'll actually do two things for us, right? So, 970, I think. I don't think I have enough to fill up these bins. So I think we'd be able to increase our overall starting day to 8. Sorry. Which would, I don't think that we would raise the prices anywhere else. We would just raise the starting day to 8. Saturday would stay at 4. Sunday would be at 2. And this is what I got off topic on. This is 72. This is, I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a vacuum cleaner. Handheld. I got off on a tangent. So we sell about 1,000 items a day on $6 a day. So just by 73, ooh, this is nice, all text here. Just by putting this product out at 8, or just by raising our prices to 8, right? And that's whether or not we, keep using the stuff we've been using, or we add this stuff. If we just kept selling 1,000 items a day, it's really 1,100, right? I've gone back and looked every week. Typically 1,173. 74, sorry. So typically 1,100 units. We would, if we lost $200 on this, the 1,100, it'd be a wash on the 100 units, right? Because we make an extra $200 there. We lose the 200, but we make an extra 2,000 simply by increasing the cost of the bin product. Because I don't think $2 really matters, especially if you can add some nicer stuff to your bins. So the question is, how much nice stuff do we need to add? Because right now, the stuff we put under the bins, I have to go do the math and count, but we probably put, 150 pieces out. That's 74. Apple pencil, That's 75. That's 76. 77. We probably put 100 pieces out, so we might have to put 2 pallets of product out. Ooh, sorry. Then the question is 77. This is where it gets kind of. Sorry. 78. I've actually got 79 pieces. I counted 77 twice. So this will be 80. This is where it gets kind of fun. Is we get to increase our price point. Do we lay it out like this, where I could take this with 2 pallets would probably need, honestly, I could put 2 bins like this, 80, 81. If I did it like this, right now we put it under the tables, right? If we did it like this, I would have to use about 2 pallets less of my other LPN, which I don't think would really affect us, right? Because as you can see, this is after a $6 day. If you can see around the store, this is after a full $6. These guys don't buy that much. 1,000 pieces isn't that much stuff. So, we could, 82, this is cool. This is a laser measure. We could, I'm trying to figure out how to increase revenue anyway. We could literally put the electronics in these bins here, right? 2 pallets would be probably overflowing these 2 bins, boom, and then we wouldn't have to add more. So we'd actually save 2 pallets a week, which cost us, I could negate my overall cost of goods because I'd be taking those 2 pallets out. I'd put all the high end in a bin here and in a bin over there so people have to spread out. And then what I would do with these bins the next day is I would use shoes instead, because shoes did really well when we did them. We did a shoe day with about this many bins. People loved them. That also generates some new revenue that we haven't had. Because that's where we're struggling a little bit. Sorry, this is what I when I work. This is how I do it. I'm always talking to myself. This is speakers, a set of speakers, soundbar, 83. So what I would do, this is just me talking out loud, is, and again, it's gonna be really tight to hit 100, and we're at 85. This is a Keurig, by the way, for $8. The cool thing about Keurig, by the way, guys, is if that's busted, whoever buys it can call Keurig and get a new one. Like, they have a lifetime guarantee on that stuff. This is a chandelier, 86. So anyway, we would, back to business plan 101, is we would fill these 2 bins with the electronics. That would cost us $2,000. So stretch our LPN product out by not having to fill these 2 bins. These bins would empty out Friday, which is fine because we'll be adding shoes to these 2 bins. I want to increase the amount of shoes because we just did like 250 pair when we did the shoes, and that filled up these 2 bins. I want to fill up those bins also. I want to do about 1,000 pair per weekend on the shoes and see if that helps increase revenue. Because we're every week. It's like clockwork. It's the same amount of money within 10% every weekend. The battery for like a kid's car. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's been within 10%, except for opening weekend we had a little bit more. I've been just struggling to figure out how we increase our revenue a little bit without spending a ton more. Because it's not like, here's the crazy part. We put out 12 pallets of LPN product, wireless earbuds. Okay, that's how many pallets it takes to fill up our store is 12. And that's heaping, right? That's not that's not skipping out. That's, I mean, the bins are heaping when we do that 90. Takes 12. We literally get back 6 pallets of leftovers. Like, we scoop it out, we have 6 pallets worth of leftover product. So it's not a lack of product. We're not getting, it's 90. We're not getting bought out by any means necessary. Dehumidifier. I got a 4-slice toaster. We're not getting bought out by any means necessary. Getting a ton of product left over. So I'm trying to figure out how we increase revenue. One is just increasing the price of the items, which I think is fair. 93. I don't think, I mean, because of what we put out, I don't think we'd have too much pushback. Stud finder. Going to 8. I mean, we'll see today, right? Bike tail light. We'll see. I mean, we're looking at, what was that, 94, 85? The globe lamp, 96. This is where, this is right on the money. 96, 97. So if we could increase our cost per item to 8 and still sell the same amount, we'd make profit. It's a ring sensor. It's really small. I don't think that'll sell for 8, even though it should. 99. Answering system. I don't see that selling. It's 100. There's one of 100. 100. That was 100. No, that was 100. Right. I didn't write it on there because I was getting lazy. No, I did. 100. Another stud finder. No, this is another laser level. That was 101. Magic Pro locator device, tracker for your girlfriend, boyfriend. That was 102. Another desktop charger, 103. 103 items. If I sell them for 8, I'm going to lose about 180 bucks. Do I care? No, because again, one, congratulations. This was a pallet breakdown video. It's the first one I've done in probably 6 years. And then 2, the whole point on this isn't to be necessarily profitable for the bin store. It's a loss leader to get people in the door. And if I get to increase my overall bin pricing to 8, it's a big win. What do I consider a success today that would tell me, yes, I could use this product going forward for the bins? I need to sell, so Saturday's a slow day for us. So if we sell 60 to 70 of these items, I'll consider it a success because I know we'll sell more than that on a regular Friday. So that would be a success to me. It'll generate about $500. Again, it'll be a loss overall, which is, again, it's fine. This is a learning experience. I get the content from the video here. No, I don't make any money on my content today, but hopefully in the future that we will. So I'm gonna do a pan over of all this here in a second, but that's kind of the process, right? We broke down the video, we broke down the pallet. How would I sell this product if I wanted to make money? Would I recommend this product to somebody else, or this pallet to somebody else? For somebody reselling. To be honest, this is not an eBay pallet because there's little to no branded goods. There's a VTech there. I don't know about this item here, this Pack Talk Slim. Somebody can look that up and tell me, or we might do it post, like edit or whatever. That, I mean, I can tell by the packaging that's probably really expensive. I'm gonna sell it for $8. And then this here looks fairly expensive. So, you know, if I'm if I'm reselling this not in my bin store, excuse me, hold on, then I probably get a decent amount of cash back on eBay for these items, and the rest would be Whatnot or like some kind of live selling platform. Do I think you're making money on this pallet on a live selling platform? I do. I think you make a little bit. I don't think you get rich. I don't think you double your money, right? So it cost me $1,000. It cost me $150 to ship it. I don't even want to get into the shipping hell that we went through to get this pallet here. That'll be a shorter TikTok. I don't think you double your money. I really don't, especially after your Whatnot fees and stuff and your packing. I don't think you get close to doubling your money. I don't think I recommend this pallet, to be honest. First pallet report. I don't think I recommend this pallet. Again, do I recommend this supplier? I do. I still recommend the supplier, Super Sweet Lady. I don't think anything was done with ill intent. I don't recommend the pallet. I'll be 100% honest. I can't recommend the pallet. Will I buy more for the store? That's yet to be seen. We'll see how today goes. Either way, I'm still looking for a program. I have enough product of the other stuff to get through 2 more weeks. I'm going to reach out to that supplier actually Monday to see if they've got another load ready for me. If they do, I think we still increase our price per unit to $8 come September, which is when we start opening up every weekend. So we have 1 more month of this pricing. And then September is when we'll also add in the shoes full time as well. So a lot of stuff happening. This is a pallet breakdown video. It's not supposed to be Zach on a soapbox, but that's what you're going to get. If you like my content, I'm going to show you the product. I'm also going to tell you what you should do with the product, what I'm doing with the product, what's going on in our business. I'm going to ramble. So, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch me. But we have a lot of stuff coming out, including a verified pallet supplier list. That's one big takeaway, is we will be offering a vetted supplier list that sells and ships pallets. So stay tuned for that. Keep watching. That's coming in the next couple months. Really quick, I'm going to grab the camera. I'm going to pan over the bin so you can get a close-up of what was in this pallet, because I didn't do a great job of showing the camera every single time. Mea culpa. Ooh, 19% on my battery life. So I'm holding the tripod. Like I said, there's some nice stuff in here. Do I think everything in these bins will sell for $8? I do not. Did I think there would be more product in the pallet? I certainly did. Am I excited for today? No. We had a terrible day yesterday. Literally our worst by a lot. It wasn't, we had a terrible weekend. And again, I'll get into that in a separate video. Changes are being made, but literally our worst weekend since we've opened by a very wide margin. And it was a great weekend for product. Probably one of the best product weekends we've ever had. And it's crazy how much product we didn't sell. So you got a lot of good stuff. I just don't think we have enough good stuff to, we don't have enough product at all to break even. And that's our store. We don't have enough product in this to break even anyway, and if there was 200 pieces, I'd say we could break even because you wouldn't have to sell through it all, but we didn't get that. So there's our store, a little pan around. I'm going to flip me around real quick. Oh, okay. Anyway, that's the video, guys. I appreciate you guys. If you held on this long, I appreciate you guys watching. We've got more pallet videos coming soon. Stay tuned, hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time.